Hey, welcome to the Summit Host Hangout podcast where you'll learn how to plan, strategize, and launch your profitable online summit. No influencer status necessary. I'm your host, Krista from Summit in a Box, and I'm interrupting a series of awesome guests this week to talk to you about the 5 big steps you need to take to start planning your profitable virtual summit. Because here's the thing, anyone can wake up one day and decide to host a summit. They can randomly decide where to start. They can take off with no real direction and put in an insane amount of hours into an event that totally flops. And I kind of don't want that to be you if you're here spending your time listening to this. So these steps we're going to talk about today are the steps you need to take to start your work on an event that's actually going to work the way you want it to and get you those results. But I'm going to be honest with you guys today. I always try to be. I'm not giving it all away today, and there are 2 reasons for that. 1, this would turn into the longest episode ever, and I like to keep things short and sweet for you. And 2, I have a free challenge coming up that will give it all away and walk you through actually making these 5 steps happen. So let's talk about that challenge real quick before we dive into those steps. So this is my signature Start Your Summit That Sells challenge. It's a free 5-day challenge I created when I saw so many entrepreneurs holding themselves back from planning a summit. I saw what they needed was to start, and they were just having trouble figuring out how to do that the right way. So I created this challenge to make that happen. So in this free 5-day challenge, we walk through everything we're going to talk about today step by step. And each day you'll get some kind of worksheet or calculator, something to make it really easy. And then I'll have homework threads where you can post for feedback or to enter for some pretty awesome prizes I'm going to be giving away. The live version of this challenge is happening April 26th through 30th, 2021. If you're tuning in after that, still head to the link I'm about to mention because we'll have replays up for you. But to sign up for the challenge, head to summithosthangout.com/challenge. Really, if you're looking to start on your summit, which why else would you be listening to this? Go sign up for the challenge. So let's dive into these 5 steps a little bit to at least give you some direction on where I want you to focus. And if you're the type of person who's like, all I want is the steps and I'll figure it out, cool, this is going to be perfect for you. Step 1 is to get your mind right. If you're not confident when you start planning, a few things are going to happen. You're not actually going to do it. Or you will go ahead and do it and your speakers will feel that you're not confident and they'll be uncertain. You'll kill your own results because you'll be afraid of putting yourself or your summit out there. Or you'll hit the tiniest roadblock, convince yourself it's not going to work and just stop. And I've seen this time and time again. So keep in mind, though, for this, one tip I'll give you, you do not have to have a big audience for a summit to work for you. In fact, in episode 15, we talked about how to host a successful summit without an email list. So you don't even need an email list. But really, if you're doubting yourself every step of the way, it's not going to be fun and it's not going to get you the results you want. So start with your mindset first. I'm the kind of person, I don't want to work on mindset. I just want to go knock out things on my to-do list. But this really is so important. And that's what we're going to focus on in day 1 of the challenge. So if you need a little help on that, this is going to be perfect for you. The second step to getting started is to set your goals for the event. So this is another one of those things. I just want to skip. I just want to do the dang thing and see what's going to happen. But I do think that setting goals for your summit is important because then you know what you're working towards, which means you can make better decisions based on what you actually want your summit to do for you. So I want you to get clear on your goals versus someone else's goals. So maybe you hear me talking about certain numbers and you just have kind of subconsciously decided that's what you need to aim for too. But why, right? Maybe you want to aim double of what I do. Maybe you want to do a fraction of what I do your first time. Get clear on your own goals. And there are 3 types of goals you need to set for your summit. First are goals you have for yourself, both in terms of income and registrations, as well as what it's going to do for your business overall. Second are goals you have for your speakers and what you want them to get out of it. And third are goals you'll have for your attendees and the transformation you want them to see in their life or business. And we'll break those things down in the challenge as well, but those are the things I want you to be ready to focus on. From there, the first piece of real planning you'll do is choosing the audience for your summit. And a lot of the time, this is not the same as your audience for your business. Okay, but I'm going to make you come to the challenge to find out why. What I want you to know is that the audience you choose will make or break your success. I've seen big influencers get the audience wrong and then go on to say that summits don't work. Because of course, it couldn't be a very basic thing they missed. Summits just don't work at all if it didn't work for them, right? Like lots of sass here because I've seen it so many times. So I need you to get your audience right. After that, you can choose your perfect summit topic, one that's actually going to be profitable. And when you get your topic right, it makes everything else about the summit so much easier. What I want you to key in on here is that your topic needs to provide a transformation for your audience. It needs to solve a real problem that they have or give them something they really want. Something vague like grow your business or find your happiness, that's not enough, okay? Getting your topic right will make everything else so much easier. It's going to make writing copy easy, choosing your presentation topics and speakers. And really, those are the most time-consuming things right there. So if we can make those two things easier, it is very worth it. But anyways, choosing a profitable summit topic is what we'll cover on day 3 of the challenge. Finally, after that, you're ready to put a date on the calendar and make it happen. And the reason I like to choose a date after is because some people kind of get caught up in the audience and the topic part of things. You might find that you need to take a step back and go do a little audience research, talk to some of your people before you can really get started on your summit. So that's why I want you to do those things before you try to choose a date. Even something as easy as choosing a date for your summit has some tricks to it as well. You need to choose a date that's going to work for you without driving yourself crazy, and one that will work for your audience as well. So like no one wants to host a summit when their audience isn't paying attention. Or choose a date that sounds like a good idea, but then feel like you're like totally drowning until it's finally over and you can breathe again. And that's what we're going to focus on day 4 of the summit. So I know I've given you a lot of tips. I've done a little teasing with the actual implementation, but that's because I've seen how effective this challenge is for getting summits off the ground quickly, and I really want to see you there. So to join us in the free Start Your Summit That Sells challenge, head to summitHostHangout.com/challenge. I'll also give you a little sneak peek that the doors to Summit in a Box are going to open after the challenge is over, after our training on day 5. So for those of you who have been waiting to jump in, now is going to be the time. In the next episode, we'll be chatting with a special guest about what she sees as the best kept secret to summit engagement, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Now go out and take action to plan, strategize, and launch your profitable online summit, and get on over to summitHostHangout.com/challenge.